Welcome to Jiblheim. Yep. Here's my starting stones. Right over here is my build. Right over here behind my friend's build. Although he has a nice build. I kind of want to show this off real quick. Mod, first person, go! He hasn't played on my map for a while, but he set up the map. He set up his little house here. He did a pretty good job. You know, trolls busted it down on the side a couple times, but I repaired it as best I could. At least before I turned off the damage to structures. I just want to build, man. That's all I want to do. Old weapons that I don't use anymore, but I use them quite a bit, and I was using them. Storage chests, old command stuff. Of course, you gotta have a little bit of meat and a knife. Yep. Excuse my spit, sorry. I hate it, but I gotta do it. This used to be my garden, but since I've got full tier stuff, full tier foods now, they last a long time. Don't really have need for the old stuff anymore, so I don't need to grow stuff. But I've got tiers here if I ever need to. I can just chop these down. Cut through to the courtyard here. I just cleared this out. This actually used to be storage. Had a bunch of chests up here all sorted out for different storage uses, but since the Hearth and Hotham is coming out tomorrow, figured I'd clear it out, reorganize through all this stuff in a completely different build I've got. This is my waifu's hut. Still got a decent comfort level in here. Made sure she had a nice sausage and a knife. Whatever. Got a giggle, that's all I was looking for. Yep, here's my spit, because when I do make my high tier food, the serpent meat and the lox meat takes a long time to cook, so I just like to cook them in bulk. So, each of these, it's a good 10 of them. So I can get 20 meat all cooking all at once, and that makes things a lot faster. Here's my kitchen. Overlooking the little inlet harbor here. Eat, drink, and be derpy. Of course, I've got to have my dragon egg on the table. A little slice of fish. That's a cert trophy. Certling trophy. I mean, yeah, see, lots of carrots and turnips and stuff. Oh, hey. I got to change these. I do have the cauldron over here with a couple spits for effect. Just a little texturing, if you will. All of my food stuff in here. Just makes it easier, everything more central. I love my little bar area. The core wood makes it really nice when you get the stonework. You can outline all of it like I can actually build. example. Can even put a little log pole, a small one, down. Now if I had thought about it first, I could kind of make it even with that, but you get the point. Yep. Nice and cozy. Fish wraps. Bread and fish, what more could one wish? Yep, this is just for repairs. I actually have in my storage area the forge and the other stuff for repairing. Here's the portal to my plains garden. Because you have to have a specific plains biome build to get all of the wheat and barley. Or rather just the barley. And then if you need it, the flax. And I got a bunch of barley. I've already got plenty in flour, but got everything set up here. I've got a forge to repair. And I am modded, so I have, you know, higher capacity carrying and item, all that stuff. But I keep my cultivator and all this stuff in here, some extra stuff to plant in case I, for some reason, derp and use all of it without thinking about it. Basic stuff. And it overlooks a nice chunk of plains. Already cleared that. Whoop. That's my plains garden. Got the brazier in back just to make sure that if it's raining I don't have all that wet debuff crap. It's like minus 50% stamina regen or some nonsense. It's so weird. What an interesting concept. But yeah. So this is the main area. I have down here, I've been gathering resources for other builds and stuff, just kind of relax, and it's a lot of wood. But that's my hall of portals. There's portals lining that entire room. We're not going there yet. I'll show you my storage and crafting area. Because my mod, you can go to the station and you can craft everything from there and it'll pull out of the chests nearby, which makes things much easier, more central. I don't really like having to take everything out, go over to the table, and then craft everything and put all the materials back. It's just easier to do it this way. So I've got my forge here to repair. This is a 3-story thing here. I love this. I know this works because I had a little troll buddy just kind of chilling out here. And I come out here and like throw a rock at him or something from time to time. On a bunch of wood or something. Yep. A little 3-story building in the mountains. It's a very tiny patch of mountain. Fort Jibs. But it's completely safe. Nothing can get up here. I've had everything attack this and nothing's gotten anywhere near it because I dug out that trench. Yep, all the storage, copper tin. This is like, yeah, bronze. Never put this on there, but iron and then extra iron based stuff, kind of in tiers based on difficulty. And silver, and then mountain based stuff. Black metal, and then flame metal if you have gotten there. Not, whatever, sorry. I'll leave it at that. Yeah. Speaking of, I have stuff I'm gonna put away, which is just stone. Nothing really up here. This is just extra little bedroom area for friends if anyone ever comes on. Oh, snow clean bed, something a little cozy, a little start of something. I figured I'd texture it more once the update comes out. Didn't feel like doing a lot of texturing when there's a lot of new stuff coming. Yeah, then I've got wood here, chest of fine wood, chest of core wood, regular wood. Here are my smelters and the blast furnaces, and those are the same as the crafting chest. They just pull materials out of there, so I can just grab these right from here. Throw in any ore, it'll process them for me. Here's the coal, it'll just take out of there. If I need any wood, I just bring it and throw it in that chest with the coal, and these guys will just make more. Nice and easy, streamlined. I can focus more of my time on building, which is really the end goal. My pocket portal. I just leave it untagged, and then I have one out in the field that's untagged, so I can drop it wherever I want and have a nice way back. It's a good way to have some safety going out and about. Anyway, that's my main storage areas. I've got a bunch of little areas off on the side because I like just, exploring different builds, different techniques, and different looks. You can tell which ones I've got as I got bigger upgrades of like stonework or the core wood and stuff, because a lot of these earlier ones look really derpy. I've got a bunch out in the wild that don't have portals too. Yeah, we're gonna keep some of these under wraps because they're in areas that aren't out yet. Ah, South Post, you're a good one. Nice and easy. Pretty basic log cabin build, most basic wood and some core wood. This was before I started modding too much. I modded drop rate for like core wood, fine wood, and regular wood, so I can just kind of go out and gather, get everything I need in like a quarter of the time, so I can focus more of my time on building and texturing. But it's a basic little hut. Got a campfire, walk through that. There's my bridge. I'm so proud of that guy. Let's go show you my bridge. You can really tell I'm modding by my stamina drain. But yeah, just keep in mind, everything I do to mod is just so I can keep building without going full creative. I do want to spend a little time getting the resources, just not the obscene amount that is the vanilla style. Apparently I picked up an axe and Baron's mace. Cool. Yeah, I did this completely before any mods. 100% legit. Let's repair this, can I? Do I have the things? No, I do not. Anyway, whatever. Moving right along. My little hut. I've got a bunch of these things out there. I had a couple places I had huts and then had portals, but then I had no real use to have the portal there anymore, so I just left the hut and took the portal. Should go back to my house and put on my troll stuff so I don't have the movement speed down, but the later gears, the chest and the legs, reduce movement speed. I think it's like 10% max, 20% max, but it's noticeable. But the armor is very important at the same time. What's next? Dock post, sure. Again, one of my pre-modded builds. Very basic. Just a little something when I was out here gathering. Little place I could get some comfort if I needed some before modding. Because you needed tons of those places in vanilla style. Ooh, thistle. I always need thistle. Thanks for bearing with me here. Get out of my way, branch! This was a little garage for a cart. I actually have like a whole road built from my base to the southern end of the continent it's on. Just because I thought that's what I was going to have to do to get ore around at first. And then I was like, this is ridiculous. Spent 5 or 6 hours just trying to make this road. And I'm like, this is Ark style crap. And that's too much. Mount Fujibs! I do have a life outside of the game. Spend a lot of time building, but try to do an hour or two at a time. I never like spending an hour or two and feeling like I just got barely half the farming done I needed to just to do the building later. Mushrooms! Again, always things we need, huh? I like this one. It's very simple, but it's very open. Like, it seems, fairly compact with the hexagonal, but it's very simple. It's very open. I've got a plain view of anything going on outside. Rambo style. But inside it's actually fairly open. I could furnish this fairly nicely. Let's see. Oh, I need to repair anything. But yeah, most of these are small builds. Just little chances to have an anchor in that area, but also a chance to build something and have fun with the building and the architecture. There's lots of different styles. I think my East Post is probably my favorite style one that I have. North Post, that's the... Okay, just want to make sure. I will show you one of my builds that is in an unreleased area, but there's not a lot going on in it, so you're not gonna, like, there's literally nothing that spawns, there's no spoilers, it's just the look of the area itself. Yep, North Post, very basic, very similar to my other earlier ones. There's kind of a theme, you know, got the chimney, dirt for the campfire. Always felt weird having one on wood. Hello, Mr. Troll. So, thank you. Started out as just a little place I could have done, you know, in the area. Pretty compact. As you can see, there's lots of little house markers. All of these are bivouac, cabin outpost, bivouac. Yeah. Got lots of random little buildings. And bivouacs were usually just like stone buildings I would convert into like a one little campfire corner for like 3 comfort, or maybe 1 at least, so I could get some stamina back and get back to where I needed to. I've modded that tremendously. I'm not sure if you can tell by the rested in the upper corner. That's longer than you'll ever get legitimately. I think I like doubled the time you can get from it or something like that. I know it was a significant increase. Jiblsdorf, this is one of my favorite ones too. Nice and open. I really started to like the hexagonal stuff. And I do remember seeing stuff on like HGTV about, you know, dome houses and stuff being surprisingly efficient. Yeah, neat little hut. Vents out the front here. I really love when I learned to make braziers. Man, those things are awesome. Or the, yeah, is that what they're called? Hanging brazier, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Nice little hut. Right next to the giant chunk of plains. This was my boss area, that's right. Huge chunk of plains. Oh, hello, Deathsquito. Huge chunk of plains. I love the music to this game too, by the way. It's so relaxing. My food effects also last considerably longer, and they don't decay in value. Like, after I turned that on, it really made a huge difference. It was so weird to have your stamina and your health and everything decrease as your food ran out. I kind of get the concept, but not sure I'm jiving on it that way. Oh, world save in the portal. It's gonna take a long time. Alright, I think I got a couple more here. East Post, yes. One of my basic ones, just core wood, I believe. But it's got a very Eastern style to it. Yeah. Woo! Nice and cozy. Cute little cabin. I love when I learn to texture with the corners like this. Yeah, basic wood, core wood. Nothing crazy. I think I'll just move on to the Mistlands for it, because it's the only other big one that I really have that I would like to show off. Because, yeah, Jib Post, the vendor, yeah, nothing that special. Deepness, no. Bowmass, no. I mean, those are neat builds, but they're nothing really to write home about. Ashlands, no. I don't even know where my own freaking portals are, man. The about this area is it is perpetual night. I'm going to have to set up a whole network of torches, and it's going to be a lot of materials to do. But the ambience otherwise is kind of neat with the tree fort effect. And it's pretty much just scaffolding right now. Because I'm still under construction. But, just so you can kind of see what we're dealing with here. And yes, this is how dark it is all the time. So that's the portal room that I ran out of. And there's the main platform. Still working on a lot. Oh, there's a little bit of... Where did the foolings come from? That's funny. Anyway. Whee! No fall damage because I'm modded. Yay! But yeah, I just kind of started this build for the most part. Obviously, I've got a lot of legwork in. This was mainly just to see what level of support I could get from a lattice of iron beams instead of the core wood, and you can get surprisingly a lot of really good structural integrity out of iron beams, especially if you can attach them or anchor them to something like the trees. And since I've got a cluster of them here, I can make a nice platform. This is about all the stonework it really wanted to let me do, is these two pillars. It's not going to let you do a lot. But wood and core wood, it should let you do, because obviously I could get the height of that ceiling out quite a bit. Get out of my house. Get out. Yeah, I modded my punch damage, because if I don't feel like dealing... Wow, words. If I don't feel like dealing with foolings... That is kind of a tongue twister, isn't it? If I don't feel like dealing with foolings, I just want to punch them and get them out of my way. So usually, if I'm just running around and I feel like, you know, fighting, the weapons still do the same damage. So I can still play mostly legitimately, but those 2-star foolings, man, they're just nonsense. They really need to tweak those down because they hit harder than pretty much any boss. But yeah. Got my nice mist fort out here. I'm really going to have to set up a lot of torches to make this really look nice, because as you can see, the darkness is not just because it's night. It looks like this all the time. But we're getting there. And that, my friends, is my build. I hope you enjoyed it. Your visit to Jiblheim, and yes, that is what the name of my map is called. And my character name is Jiblsdorf. So, there you go. Thank you for visiting. We hope you have a wonderful stay. If you do stay in Jiblheim, you probably won't. It's a single-player map. But if you do, maybe I'll build a place for you. I don't know. Or maybe I'll build a place for you on your map. I'm fine with that, too. Goodbye! That's what we want. Ha ha ha.